Hey everyone, Tuesday update, free NBA pick coming your way here. Jazz taking on the Grizz tonight, and what ought to be a hell of a basketball game. We're going to talk about it. Just briefly, college basketball last night. What a tremendous game. Looked like Kansas was, left for dead on the side of the road there at halftime. The same thing they did against Miami earlier in the tournament, and then came back and just, grabbed a victory from the jaws of defeat. And Carolina let it slip away. An epic second half. Biggest comeback in the championship game in the history of the tournament. And so rock chalk. I had a big futures ticket on them. I told you I bet $5 on that thing. Before the championship game of the Big 12 tournament. They were 13-1 and we put 500 on them. So nice payday. The free pick is interesting. What I told you on the free pick video yesterday is exactly what I did over at Stations. Went over to Red Rock last night with Mrs. George and a couple friends and watched the game. Ran into some Tony George fans. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for watching the videos. But nonetheless, I middled it. I took Kansas on the money line and I bet North Carolina plus the 4.5. Hello. And they needed Tar Heels badly in that game. Chuck, Jason McCormick told me that worked there, that we do some videos with, Scott Spritzer and I. But nonetheless, rock chalk, congratulations. Got a lot of friends back in Kansas City right now that are really happy. Big KU fans, so they get it done. And we ended the season, well documented here, we ended the season on a plus $6,230 run. We'll take it. It wasn't my best year in college basketball, but there at the end, we really went on a big run and tried to make up a lot of ground. Couldn't make up all of it, but there were some different things that we did at the end of the season that we're going to carry over into next year and have a much more successful overall season for you. There's always room for improvement. There's always room where you need to evolve with different things you do, the handicap in these games and things you implement. And we really, even in the face of adversity, we were trying to figure out ways to improve, and we kind of got it figured out. So, and also the postseason is just a little bit more easier to handicap than the regular season. No doubt about it. I've had a lot of success in March Madness, great success this year, good success last year. Year before, we were really good as well. Last 3 or 4 or 5 years, we've been good in March Madness. Both the NIT, CBI, and of course, the TBA, and then the big dance. So, nonetheless, on to baseball. Fires up on Thursday. Get rid of one sport, put another one right on the table, and get busy there. So, NBA tonight. We'll tell you what we got going on the website here in just a second. But you got the Jazz taking on the Grizzlies tonight. And I'm just going to pull this up while we're all sitting around here being friendly and everything. And let me check. I'm checking a live line here. Over and under is 225.5. And Utah is laying 5.5. I think that's too many points, but I think the total is in play here. And looking at the Grizzlies injury report, and bear in mind, when it comes to the NBA, it's kind of hard to handicap when you don't know who's playing. And that happens on a day-to-day basis, either with injuries, they're just going to sit when they could probably play. LeBron James comes to mind. Load management, this, that, and the other. But tonight it looks like Jackson Jr. is going to play, Adams is going to play, Jones is going to play, Bain's going to play, Brooks is out, and of course Ja Morant's not going to play until mid-April here in the playoffs, and the Jazz are healthy. I would say over here. Matter of fact, I like the over here a lot. I could have made a triple header today. I've got 2 in the NBA tonight, but I could have made this. It's interesting. When the Grizzlies play really good teams, they have a tendency to want to outscore them. Matter of fact, they're 10-1 against the spread on the overs against a team with a winning straight-up record. Utah is 6-0 on overs against teams with a winning record. The over also, the Grizzlies haven't played 3 days. The over in the Grizzlies' last 7 games, playing on three days or more rest, 6-1. And they've had some time to heal up their lineup here. You're talking about the number 2 and number 7 offenses in the NBA going at it. Defense is middle of the road. Both allowing enough here to make it interesting. Memphis is number 1 in offensive rebounds in the league, and Utah is number 5. That means second chance points as well. I'm going to take this over 225 in the Jazz and Grizzlies game tonight. Ought to be a hell of a game. Be sure and tune into it. Here, Memphis finds ways to win and play well without their star, Ja Morant, and they're extremely well coached. They get up and down the floor. They're good in transition. And obviously, Utah is the same, and they're extremely well coached by Quinn Snyder. This ought to be a hell of a basketball game tonight. Take the over for your free pick. Over at the website, DocSports.com. A little later today, Doug Upstall will be putting on my PGA hat versus my Golden Knights gear here. I'll be putting on my PGA hat. We'll be breaking down the Masters for you with a preview and some picks, top 5, top 10s, top 20s for you. So be sure and tune into that. And we have a 4-unit NHL totals play tonight as well for you, along with the doubleheader in the NBA. DocSports.com, free $60, link in the description below. Be sure and get over there if you've never been a member, and let us park $60 in your account. Put it towards a baseball package. Get the first month. Get $60 off of it. We're ready to go. Rock and roll on Thursday. Boys of summer are back. I'm fired up. Let's go.